Are you worried about staying fit during this pandemic? Are you also curious about how to make money using fitness? Today's show is for you. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Immigrant Magazine Weekly with my special guest from Kazakhstan, fitness coach, motivational speaker, fitness model. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe now because there's so much to learn. Also, ring the notification bell and press the like button so that YouTube will share our videos. I'm Pamela Anchang. Now, Jade came from humble beginnings, humble origins to become a very successful entrepreneur. Now, let's hear her journey of how she's been so successful using fitness and doing all the amazing things that she does. And more importantly, how do we stay fit during this pandemic? I just can't help myself. Hello, Jade. How are you?
Hi, pretty good. How are you?
I'm fine. We're surviving the pandemic nonetheless. How are you holding up?
Holding up pretty well. Actually using this time for self-development, for growth and healing.
Now, that someone like you, fitness, coaching, motivational speaking, that you should be sitting here and doing this interview with me. Like, how am I holding up? Because sometimes we feel like we're going crazy. We don't know when to exercise, when not to exercise. So I hope that you can give us some tips on what we should be doing right now at some point.
Absolutely. I would love to. I always love to share. And especially at this time, I feel like guidance is crucial, especially from someone who practices wellness. It's really important. So I would say definitely tuning into yourself and listening to yourself more in terms of whatever comes up. If it's an emotion, if it's a negative emotion, love it, feel it, express it, heal it, right?
Yeah, I try telling that to a 3-year-old or 4-year-old or 6-year-old who's quarantined with the parents.
Yes. Yes. I mean, there's a lot can happen during quarantine, especially if you're stuck with kids, let's say, or like if you're alone. Imagine for people who don't have anyone to chat with and now they're in lockdown by themselves. I think in any situation you can see a glass half full. I feel like any situation with whatever cards you're dealt, you can always find it's always an opportunity. You just need to see the opportunity, what it is, and how you can use it to your advantage.
Speaking of which, let's start from the top. You were born and raised in Kazakhstan, right? What brought you to the United States?
Well, creativity, exploring creativity, I would say. Opportunities brought me here, speaking of which, right? We were just discussing that. So, yes. Were you going to ask something? Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was listening.
Oh, yeah. So it's just I felt like living in Kazakhstan, I didn't have enough room for me to grow and express myself. I felt like there's cultural, also certain cultural limitations, I would say, that I noticed that are kind of on my way. And I felt like it was not enough for me. I needed more opportunities. I needed challenge. I really wanted a challenge. So, and creativity. I really wanted to do acting. I wanted to be on stage. I wanted to do something creative with my life and just just know that there's more and more room to grow. And Hollywood, the US, was like a perfect place to do so. And I saw the opportunity, and I took my chance, to come here. That was back in 2013. I came in January.
Yeah. When you speak of challenges that were holding you back, depending on who you speak to, cultural differences, like you mentioned, was it the lack of resources, or was it that you were dealing with things that culturally couldn't allow you to excel and be yourself?
It was both, because on one hand is our culture is very I was born and raised Muslim.
Okay.
My family is not hardcore religious, but you can tell in the country, in my hometown, that women were undervalued. They were really undervalued, and it was all about getting married early, having kids, and and I didn't see the world that way, I didn't see why I need to get married just because everyone is. I didn't feel ready. I felt like I needed to explore myself. I feel like I needed to prepare myself for something that I didn't take it lightly. I felt like I needed to form myself as an individuality, as an individual, sorry, and just like really grow into that place.
So do you think that the United States gives us room to be who we want to be? Because you're not alone. I'm from Africa, and I had an interview with someone from India not long ago, and she actually said her dad raised her like a boy in an environment where, male children are more valued than female children. So do you think that the United States gives you that opportunity to live your dream? Because in our cultures too, marriage is almost like some kind of a promotion. Like people are happy to say, I'm married, and it's a badge of honor. It's not a choice. What do you think?
Yes, it was. I like women, unfortunately, are pushed to feel desperate if they're not getting married early. There's always a feeling of oh, I'm gonna be an old maid. There's not gonna be anyone left who's like, who's good that I would could get married with if I'm gonna stay too long. So it's basically like, I could compare it to, oh my gosh, remember when Corona started and at the beginning, like to a supermarket, there's like a huge line, first come, first serve, you gotta grab the best, and especially grabbing toilet paper, like as soon as you can, like just stack it up. That's what it feels like to getting married in Kazakhstan.
That's true. Many places.
Like do it now or you're gonna miss your chance.
And shame your parents at that.
Yes, and like I was fortunate enough that my parents never really pushed me into it. But honestly, even visiting, coming from here and like seeing my other family members, and they were like, "So, how old are you? So when are you gonna get married?" I'm like, "Why is that even a question? Why do you care if I'm gonna get married or not? Are you gonna be happy because I'm married, or what's going on?" Like,
What about your accomplishments? What about your accomplishments?
yeah, like why is that a big of an accomplishment? And it's the constitutional family and just like what it means is very interesting to see what it's like, because I'm a very established person in myself today. I understand what it means for me. Like I'm not gonna speak for everybody, but like I get it, what it's like to have a family. And I actually now more than ever I'm convinced that it was right not being rushed into it, because where are those people that got married early? They're divorced with kids in their hands. It's just like because it was pushed, because it was rushed, because it wasn't that properly like felt and thought and alignment that universe brings you together with your partner and you feel like this is the person I want to walk with for the rest of my life, hopefully. And but that takes time. And how can you even choose a person like that if you don't know who you are?
Oh my gosh. On that note, speaking of which, you're bursting with leadership, and you're really that kind of woman that other women want to emulate. And I'm just so happy that you love yourself and you feel yourself. I've been trying to figure out, however, which one you're passionate about. You're an actress, you're a fitness model, oh my gosh, you do all these things.
I do a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Which one comes first? And how do you navigate all those things?
It's that's the thing. Like I've always been pretty. I always gave myself freedom to explore.
Okay.
So I never. I mean, there were moments where I was like, "Oh my gosh, I need to stick to one thing and be known for that thing," But then there's so many parts of me that I really want to open up, discover, and explore. So I decided, no, I'm not going to stick to one thing so it's comfortable for everyone to identify me somehow, or it's just, I'm going to do what my soul is asking me to do. And let's see what's going to happen. If I'm going to succeed or not, it doesn't matter. As long as I tried, as long as I explored it, as long as I satisfied myself, that was enough for me. Or especially most of the things I do, I don't do it for myself I do it for people. I want to, like, if I want to help someone, like let's say I moved here to be an actress. If I could entertain someone, if I could make someone feel something, being on stage, being on camera, or modeling, like creating beauty, right? Art, anything that had to do with art and creativity, that was about 3-4 years of my life where I was just focused on that. So I don't really jump from one thing to another. I dedicate a good time to explore something, make something out of it. And then from there, once I started, when I was going to acting school and then I was doing modeling and acting, I've developed passion for fitness because I first did it for myself. I wanted to get fit because I was on camera all the time, and it was really important, you know, for me to get healthy as well. And I was really good at it. And then people just kept asking me, it's like, wow, you've transformed yourself. How did you do this quickly? And they're like, my friends, they're like, can you teach me what you were doing? So it was like a natural demand that was kind of showing up in my life. And then I was like, of course, no problem. I can help you. Come with me to the gym. I'll show you what I do. And when I started showing people what I do, and I could see how much passion I had in helping others to get healthier, in sharing my knowledge, and then it became my kind of part-time job. Like while I was in between my shoots, I would also have some clients where I would train them, and that kind of grew on its own. And then I was like, okay, I think I should expand. And then I created this brand called Body by Jade, and I started coaching people fitness. But then the more I would work with people and simultaneously doing movies and modeling and doing fitness, and it's because I'm always growing and opening up more, so it kind of naturally goes there. So, and then with fitness, while I started working with my clients, I've noticed that the biggest thing that is stopping them, or it's what the core of it is, the mindset. So I really, that got me really intrigued. And at the same time, I was having my awakening. It was spiritual awakening happening. I was exploring a lot about mindset, spirituality, growing, and going deeper, deeper, deeper. And as I was doing that, I naturally wanted to share it with people, that all the findings and the changes that I've experienced. And I was like, whoa, if it helped me this much, it can help so many other people that I'm already working with. So that expanded into evolved, sorry. It's like evolved. And it's a wellness, mind, body, soul coaching, basically combining those three. And I realized that one doesn't go without the other two. So it's a cycle that has to be taken care of, three of them simultaneously.
You know, that's very good that you say that, because I was wondering, can someone, you're not saying that people just jump from one thing to the next and the next and the next, because you're wildly successful, your business, Body by Jade, you've trained different levels of people. So you are doing great, celebrities and all ranges of people.
I've trained all kinds of people. Yeah, I've trained all kinds of people, pregnant. Mostly I specialized on women because I really enjoy there's something about empowering women. It's extremely rewarding. It is so interesting because feminine energy is so powerful and so beautiful, and it's untapped. Correct. And that's what excites me the most, and that's why I really focused on. But along the way, there were celebrities, there were pregnant, there were elderly, there was all kinds of people that I would help whenever I could, you know. So
what would you say to someone who's listening now and very impressed with what you're saying, and they are into fitness, but they don't know how to make the switch and become successful running it as a business, because it's still a business? What are the go-tos for how to launch a fitness business? Because I think there's plenty.
That's a great question, Pamela. Thank you. Before I even focus on fitness in general, I just want to talk about business.
Go ahead.
Okay. So the idea of business is really scary for a lot of people to start with. I mean, I started doing business when I was 15. My family already kind of were like self-employed, and they were doing their own thing. And that's how I was helping them and kind of slowly getting the hang of it, what it is about. But now from a more mature perspective, and especially from a spiritual perspective too. That's going to be a very different angle, I would say, to look at business. Is business is an exchange, it's trade. It's trade of energies. It's not only knowledge. To begin with is energy. So looking at business, for anyone who's interested in doing business, and everyone should be doing some kind of business. We are all in business all the time. Either you're working for someone or you're creating something at home. That's business. All of that is business. But what really makes it a paying business is when you start valuing your energy, your product, your gift, your talent, and you don't do this you should strive for equal exchange. First of all is knowing the worth of what you're offering, and really, like, everybody has some kind of gift and it is really valuable. It was created for a reason. So, but the job is ours to find the value in it. The job is ours to see it as valuable and not just thinking, oh, because it's so easy for me, then it must, I don't need to get paid for it. I've heard many times, I could do this for free because I like it so much. Okay, you like it, it's great, but that's not enough. You're gonna be drained if you're gonna be just giving and not feeling back up. Either it's with money energy or some other kind of way of just getting the energy exchange back. So if you look at it from that perspective to begin with, and cut an equal exchange where you're just giving and you're not receiving, and coming to the place of balance where giving and receiving becomes, on one level. So that's something to begin with, kind of tackle into, I think.
That is so amazing, because most people have gifts, they're passionate about things and they do it all the time, but they're scared of the business. I like the way you simplify it into energies and
the rest is just, you can read it online. There are a million of articles like that you can read on how to do things. It's to become a business person today is the easiest thing ever. What's holding us back is fear. It is not knowing your worth, is not having that balance of exchange. Either it's in your relationships, everything is a relationship, business is a relationship. So
negotiating all the time, we are negotiating something. So so let me ask you now, fundamentally now, about fitness and staying healthy, because I know you love to do that. You love to coach people and have this opportunity.
I don't see any other way but growing and just consistently challenging yourself. Exactly. I mean, that's evolution.
Yes. Most of us have a hard time starting a regimen. What is the mindset that one has to have? Because we worry about the food, we worry about the calories, we worry about, we see a body type and we want to be that body type, and then we don't achieve it. Like when I went to your website and I saw you, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna try. What is the mindset to have those goals and to do? What should people know, especially women? We're so hard on ourselves.
Yeah, we are. It's how to start the regimen, right? I would say start small. It's the thing is, we just have all of those misconceptions and limiting beliefs in our minds that it's too hard. It's just all those ideas that we heard somewhere and became our reality that is stopping us from taking the first step. It's all about taking the first step. It's all about trying and getting yourself into it. And mostly, like, let's say if you want to start getting active, start with something that you truly enjoy. If it's swimming, start swimming. Start getting that blood flow, going. And if that's more aggressive sport, go into jiu-jitsu or boxing. If it's running, start running. And just show up. And consistency it all starts with consistency. So taking the first step to begin with. And then once you get there, commit to at least 21 days to do something. And then within that 21 days, you're going to have your battle in terms of your old self is going to say, go on the couch, eat this, do that. But if you stick to something for 21 days, that's enough time for you to break through all of those limitations. And then after 21 days, once you've tried it, once you've experienced how it feels to be active, once you experience how it feels to show up for yourself, that's self-love, that's self-care. Discipline is the biggest sign of self-love. Discipline when you do something for yourself consistently, that's discipline. When you say no to something that you know in the long run is not going to benefit you, that's discipline. That's true self-love. It's not only going shopping and buying yourself something or just spoiling yourself with things, it's also being disciplined enough to show up for yourself. So yeah, I would say to simplify that is just because if you're gonna get involved in any kind of sports activity or eating healthy, and if you stick to it long enough, as I said, at least 21 days, that's it, you're in it, because you're gonna experience so many benefits. It's just a different energy level. It's a different mood. It's a different feeling of feeling proud of yourself. It's like, it's on a physical level, there's a blood flow, there's more oxygen coming in your body. There's so many things that are happening that gonna make you feel good, that you're gonna be like, why haven't I not done this before? There's a reason so many people get addicted to healthy lifestyle, because there's something to get addicted to.
But you know what though? Some of us say, oh, we have big bones. Is that an excuse? We have big bones. We can get, is it about getting skinny, being fit? What is the balance of fitness and how we look and feel?
The balance is, well, to begin with, is just to take care of your physical body. Because if you're planning on living more than 30 years, then you should it's just really practical. Like, I'm not even going to talk about body image, whatever, right, to begin with. I just want to say, if you don't want to feel in your body like you're in prison, because there's very limited amount of capacity you have, what you can do, then you got to start moving. So like, I don't wake up every day and exercise because I just love it so much. Some days I love it, some days I don't. You know, we're all human, we're built exactly the same. The only difference is how we understand it, how we look at it. That's the only difference, is mindset. And plus, yes, some people have better genetics than the other, but no one is like, if you want to have it just as healthy lifestyle, it doesn't matter what kind of genetics you have. It really doesn't. Even if you have some kind of like deficiency, I've seen people who on a wheelchair coming to the gym many times, and they make it. They come because they need it. You and I need it. Everybody needs it. It's a physical body, it's your container that, especially after like 30 and closer to 50, our metabolism is different. You gotta be on top of that so you can get up and feel good and think straight and make better decisions. It all interconnected. Yes. So like, your life very much depends on how you move and how you feel, what your mindset, if you breathe enough, if you get fresh air, and all of those things. So, but to simplify, doesn't matter. Nothing matters where you start, what your genetics are, what your capacity is. You can exercise even from home, even doing 10 push-ups a day, 15 squats, some ab workouts a little bit. That alone is gonna change the flow of your life. Like, just do it every day, or at least like 4 times a week or 3 times a week, then you'll be golden. And then you actually want to do more. It's just how we are.
Absolutely. So tell me about, now we're in the pandemic. I'm not going to the gym anymore. So now I'm just in the parks and everything, you know. So what should we be trying to do to stay sane and fit right now?
Definitely, there's so much you can do indoors, home workouts. And I understand it's if you're sitting home a lot already, then you probably want to change the scenery. So outdoors would be the answer. Just going hiking, running outdoors is really amazing. It's fun. It's challenging enough. It's easy. You can do it anywhere. I mean, even if you travel. and yeah, parks. Also like getting from Amazon like bands and some weights can help a lot. You don't really need a gym, to be honest, to like do, unless you're really into fitness. Just to stay active outdoors and home is plenty. The rest is just again, it's a false idea that we believe in.
So let's come back to your business.
Yes.
How are you surviving? And because lots of businesses are struggling right now, what can you tell somebody about how to keep the momentum going in spite of the pandemic? You're a businesswoman, so what would your advice about surviving this pandemic?
Flexibility.
Flexibility.
Flexibility, yeah. Flexibility in the mind is okay. Let's take it back to when we were tribal. I mean, there still was a form of business where everyone would show up and do what they can do to help the tribe, right? So one is would be cooking, even like gather a group of like 20 people, let's go camping. Then what's gonna happen? There's someone who's gonna be cleaning, there's someone who's gonna cook, there's someone who's gonna hunt, there's someone who's gonna entertain, and there's someone who's gonna carry something, whatever, like, right? So that is business. If you, and that just bring to a modern society, there's always people need things. They always need things. There's like, we need each other very much. There's no way three people can just survive. You know, we need so many things. We need clothes, we need advice, we need entertainment, we need food, we need so many things, especially in our more advanced society when we're so used to being so stimulated and having so many things done for us. Then there is so much space for a business. Even if you're stuck in the house, you still need, and especially considering that we are all online today, yes, which is anyone can get online, and there's barely any people today that don't have a phone, at least, right? That you can go and have internet, and you can have a business through your phone today, no problem. And so it's just, again, opening up your mind to it, seeing the today, not being stuck or just having very like, it's either gotta be this way or no business at all. It's like, okay, if you're stuck at home, you have so much time, think, okay, I have those gifts. There are people that need it. How can I adjust those, my services, my offering? Sorry, there's a car passing by. Offering to a current, and maybe deliver that information or service through internet or somehow that the people that need it can get it and transaction can happen.
That is so awesome. Let me wrap this up with you on this note. You have described yourself as coming from humble beginnings, but I see this fighter spirit in you. And a lot of people who were born here don't even know that there's so much opportunity here. What major challenge did you face as an immigrant and that you have been able to overcome that you want to share for someone else?
Absolutely. Well, to begin with, I came here with no English. That was 2013. No English, no friends.
Wow.
So it's literally me coming to another country that speaks completely different language that I don't speak, people that I don't know anyone. And I came to LA. It's a big, major city, right? So, I mean, on a pure enthusiasm, honestly, that's it. And obviously some money in my pocket because I had to survive somehow. At the beginning, I wasn't able to work. So it's, I would say the biggest challenge was, again, adapting. It's like, it's a completely different world. It's the way life is in Kazakhstan and here, it couldn't be any different. Like, it's very, very different. And challenges were many challenges. The biggest ones were people didn't believe in me, people laughed at me, I was shamed many times, I was discouraged many times. I mean, there's so many things besides just not speaking the language, not even being able to order a taxi, for example, over the phone because I couldn't explain anything. So it was really fun. That's when I understood. I was like, whoa, what am I doing? It's like I can't even communicate at all what's going on. So but you know, challenges are your teachers. Challenges what make you you, challenges that make you strong. There's no way. I mean, today I don't have to deal with the same challenges that I did when I got here. I create challenges for myself today because I understand that for me to continue thrive and evolution and do and serve my purpose that I came here to do, I must go through challenges, because as soon as I get comfortable, that's when I stop growing. But you don't stay in one place. You either go up or you go down. So it's your choice. If you want to go down, then okay, fine. Like, nobody is forcing you. That's why you have free will to be in a human body, that you can either grow or you can just go down, you know? So when I say go down, it's like, I always refer to nature. Like, if you look at nature, that's who we are. We're a part of nature. We function exactly the way nature does, in cycles and phases, and we have to go through growth. We have to grow through pain. That's what challenge is about. Because why? Because when you go through pain, if it's emotional pain, mental pain, physical pain, that's when it really registers with you. It's like, that's the moment you'll never forget. And you're not your subconscious, not your conscious, not your mental. So, and I would say voluntarily challenges are fun.
Right.
Suffering is not. And suffering, that's when I say go down, is suffering. That's what happens when you don't choose a challenge, then you suffer. And suffering, involuntarily challenged, becomes suffering. So that's why choose your battles, just choose it, make the most out of it. It's not like we have choice, to be honest. It's literally, it's one or the other. Like I said, it's either suffering or voluntarily challenge, and growth and prosperity and success, and really you're not a masochist. You're not going to choose challenge for the sake of feeling pain. You choose challenge to explore your potential, to see how far you can grow, what you can become. And trust me, you can become many things. I have reinvented myself 100 times by now, because there is more I keep exploring and finding, and I am even surprised myself what I can become. And I'm excited for my future because there is so much I can explore. Once you get in the journey, it becomes really exciting.
And there's so much more to do, Jade. You are an amazing, motivational, inspiring teacher. I know. Seriously, I'm so happy I had this opportunity. So how can our audience find out more about you, and what do you need from them?
Well, my biggest passion and calling is to help people come to balance and thrive. That's, it sparks joy and just makes my soul dance. And it really, really, like, I found my calling, and that's just whatever has to do with that. The biggest thing, coaching. I would be happy to share all this knowledge. I would be happy to coach. I would be happy to inspire. I'm doing it every single day of my life. And the more people I can help, the better. I'm really happy to do it. It really fills my heart. So Evolved is EVOOLVED.com is my website, where you can find everything about me, and especially about my coaching. And same on Instagram, you can find me by Evolved. It's my wellness coaching page, or my personal page, Jade _Kanapina, Kanapina. So that's where all the stuff that I share, it's all motivational, it's all educational, it's all inspiring. It's just reach out to me. I'm always here to help. I'm always here to help you grow.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We're not going to sink, we're going to swim. You've said it all. So I'm looking forward to doing another episode with you so you can teach us because you're such a mentor. So thank
Absolutely.
you and all the best. All the best.
Thank you, Pamela. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. If you did, I would love to hear what you think and about our discussion today. If you didn't, I still want to hear from you. So please share them in the comment section or send me an email at publisher@immigrantmagazine.com. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear suggestions. We want to hear what you want to hear more of. So see you next time on Immigrant Magazine Weekly here on TIMTV, Voice of Immigrants in America. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Anchang and like us on Facebook, The Immigrant Magazine. Thank you.